we're going to come back. We're going to live demo Adobe Illustrator on the iPad for the first time. If this crashes and burns horribly and I look really bad, we'll just delete this video. But in the meantime, those of you that are here, you get to see it live. So let's get rid of that. This is welcome to Adobe Illustrator, Cory Kerr. Well, thank you. Thank you for welcoming me. I just want to look. Oh, no. Did it freeze? It froze. Oh, we're back. Did it go? Okay. So far, not great. It froze. It froze on the open screen. Okay, it looks like I don't know if you guys can see this, but zooming. Let me just fill this with the shape here. And let's do red. There we go. Okay, so now you can zoom in and out. I'm just using 2 fingers, so that's pretty intuitive there. If I grab the corner, it resizes. If I grab this, it rotates. Yeah, so that's all the bounding box and everything. That seems pretty simple. It looks like we've got 1 corner widget instead of multiple corner widgets. I wonder if I...
Is there like a toggle there?
Yeah, so this is the V black arrow tool. I'm assuming that this is some amalgamation of like...
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know if that's... let me see if I can just select one of them. Yeah. So it looks like it's a combination of like the anchor point tool and the white arrow tool.
Okay.
Victor's asking if I'm beta testing or if this is already available. It is already available. It just barely came out today. And James is saying that discovery panel is pretty sweet. James, you should jump on here with us. I gave you a link if you want to go vocal only. James is the one that told me about it.
Oh, cool.
So let's see. So preview outlines. Okay, so there's your view. I kind of wish I wish there was menus. Wish we had kind of the same menus.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing it. Okay, so along the side here we got our layers panel, properties. Oh, okay. So here's the precision. So that would be the options under the view menu. And then this is going to be your Pathfinder. Oh, okay. So this is your clipboard. So this is going to get you your copy, your paste, that type of thing. There's your align and distribute panel. I wonder, I'm going to make a few of these. Let's go like this. And I would like to duplicate that. Okay, that's cool. So if I make a few of these, how would I multiple select? Can I click on both of them?
Can you drag your finger across both? Or...
Oh yeah, let's try that. There you go. That works. Okay, let's go to align and distribute. See, I want distribute spacing. I want to make one of them the key object. I don't see any way to do distribute spacing. But it looks like I can align to the center, but it's not going to give me... I don't see the options to do... I wonder if I hold this down maybe? If I double click? Because I mean, in the desktop version, you've got align to selection, align to artboard, and align to key object. And I don't see any way to do that. What does that do? No, that's not... I don't know what I just pushed. I don't know what that does. Maybe that's bounding box. Okay, so that's a little limited. Okay, so I can do clipping masks. That's cool. Let's see. Let's try a clipping mask here. So I'm going to change the color. And let's make a couple other shapes. Change the color of those as well. What other shapes do we have? Ooh, a triangle shape. That's something that they've needed for a long time.
Well, I mean, I just, you can click on the star or the octagon shape and just put 3 points.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could do that with the star as well, and you can do it with, but I feel like it adds extra anchor points, or at least it used to.
What they need is a heart tool. The hearts are hard to draw. I know there's some tricks to doing it, but it always takes me forever when I have to draw hard.
I always make I make all of my vector graphics students make a heart
Yeah.
as one of their as one of their examples at the beginning. Okay, so let's go make a clipping mask. Okay, let's look at our layers panel to see if this is organized the same. Yeah, so it's a clip group.
Huh. Yeah, I
Okay,
hardly
so
ever use clipping mask in Illustrator.
oh man, I love clipping masks. Do you ever use draw inside?
Yeah, I've used drawn. So I used to do that when I worked for the game company. I used to do that all the time. But in order to go, because it just sped up the process. Like because we had to color all our. Right now, I don't do that much color stuff in Illustrator, but
Right.
I would do that. But then, in order to go in and hand it over to another artist and have them go in and if they wanted to make changes, I remember it was kind of a pain. But it was so easy to do it that way, and then they wanted us to do it a different way, and I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna keep doing it this way. But yeah, draw inside's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like draw inside. I'm gonna try no fill, and then let's see. We've got to have a stroke panel somewhere.
I thought I saw. Where'd it go?
I mean, there's create stroke outline. Okay, so they might have buried it.
Oh.
Maybe I mean, there's the stroke color, and there's okay, so it's in the properties panel.
Oh, there's your stroke.
So let's try 20 point. Okay, let's try.
You can round corners and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, so I can do rounded corners or Battlestar Galactica corners. So
what you call that?
What's that?
What you call that?
That's what I call it. Yeah. I think they're called.
Because the pages, like they're pages when they're like
like in the reboot, they have no 90-degree corners on any piece of paper. Like it's all cut off at 45.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see if so I can throw it inside or outside. Yeah. I can round it, which doesn't do anything until I have that. So let's see if I were to. Oh, okay, I can make it dotted. So let's do a 5-point dash and a 12-point gap. That's not doing anything. 20-point gap. Oh, because it's rounded, it's going to be bigger than the stroke itself. So let's do 80. I'll just take it off rounded. How's that? There we go. And we can drop this down to 5. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Get rid of the dash. So let's try this. Where was that? Create stroke outline. So if I switch tools, yeah, there you go. So it did it. So now that becomes an outline. So that's cool.
Are you going to try the pen tool?
Yeah. So that's kind of the shapes.
Yeah.
Let's I'm going to delete everything. There we go. Down at the bottom. Delete. Oh, okay. I'll do it with the black arrow tool. Okay, so pen tool. Okay, as expected, clicking gives you points. Clicking and dragging gives you handlebars. If I click and drag and press with the finger, that doesn't do anything. 2 fingers. I'm trying to see if I can break these handlebars while I'm drawing it. Let's see how I can do that. Switch tools. Let's try this again. Oh, interesting. So even though I switch tools, it still continued that stroke. So let's go back. So how would I not continue that? Like normally I'd press the escape key. Okay, James is saying press on the circle to break the handlebars. Okay, so if I'm going to draw some handlebars here like this and I press the circle, okay, cool. So then I can break the tangent. I can pull a corner out. All right, that's cool. Okay, so there's breaking the handlebars. That's good. Now, how do I discontinue? How do I discontinue the path without closing it? What if I don't want to close it? Let's switch these and let's up this. It bugs me that there's not a slider here. Like I should be able to just like click and drag on this. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's cool.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, so right here next to the number on that panel, I can go up or down, and I'm just clicking and dragging with my pencil.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. All right, and then let's round this out. And, but I don't have any stroke profiles. Can I put a brush on this? Do you see anything that looks like something that looks like a brush?
I don't. I was also curious if there's
here we go. That's smoothing. So where join path, cut path, convert to corner, none of that stuff. That's text. That's all object stuff. And that's going to be properties, blend modes. Okay, that's cool. They've got blend modes. I don't see anything. What do we got under app settings? Oh, let's do dark. Hey, that's a lot better. Now I can see my scale. Oh, okay, so this is where scale, stroke, and effects is. Yeah, let's keep scale, stroke, and effects on. Input. Palm rejection. Let's turn that on. Double tap. Oh, okay, so if you double tap, you can switch to the pen tool or zoom to 100% or deselect an object or path. That's what I'm going to do. And then touch. View all touch shortcut functions. Show taps as a blue dot. Sure, why not? Units. That's my count. I probably shouldn't have pulled that up on the live stream. Okay. So if I double tap. Nope. Double tap. Double tap. That's pretty sensitive. What if I double tap? Yeah, okay. So it can't be on the pen tool as you double tap. Okay, now if I click on this, does it delete? It doesn't delete. So I'd probably have to do that. Okay. So I'm clicking and dragging. Oh, the blue thing, now that's showing up. Gary Hodges is late. And we are demoing the new iPad version of Adobe Illustrator. Chris is saying that this is like watching someone play a puzzle solving game. Hopefully that's fun. It's a puzzle that you might find really entertaining and possibly will make you a lot of money at some point. So maybe it's a little bit more. So what does the X do? So the X does the same thing. So that must be delete anchor point versus trash. So if I select this like this, so this is in the middle of the path. I have this one up here selected.
Mm-hmm.
So if I select that and then I hit delete anchor point, then the path snaps. But and we crashed.
Oh.
All right, let's go back to Illustrator. And did it save my file? There we are. Okay, so that's not bad. Open. All right. There's all those things already deleted. So it has some sort of recovery function. That's good. Let's grab that and delete. Now I'm curious if I do this, if it will cut it into 2 segments. Yep. Okay, that's cool. So one of these is when I select with the, whatever that tool is called. Are they going to give us names? No names. So when I select, there's the trash can or there's the delete anchor point. So if I go like this, I can, okay, so you can cut, that's cool. So you can cut a path just by selecting a single anchor point. So if I select a single anchor point right there, I can separate that into another path. That's pretty nifty. Okay, Scott, what do you want me to try out here?
Well, we were talking about the blob tool before. Does it have a blob tool?
Yeah, let's see. Victor's suggesting two finger. Yeah, so two finger tap does undo.
Okay.
So that's pretty helpful. Okay, let's select all this stuff and delete it. I've got pen tool. I've got, yeah, it looks like we've got blob tool. Now the real question is, can I see no settings. I wonder if I go to the properties. No. It doesn't seem, if I'm pushing harder, it doesn't seem to be.
Well, it has to have pressure sensitivity.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you not have pressure sensitivity in the blob brush? Pressure dynamics.
Okay.
Okay, so roundness and pressure dynamics. Let's go down to 0. No, so let's bring that up to 100. There we go.
There you go.
That's not bad. I'll change colors here. Now let's try smoothness down to 1. It still jumps more than I like. Yeah. Now, is it on my layers panel? Can I change the color? I want to change the color of the path selection.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because if it's blue, I always change it to an opposing color.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. Let's try to let's delete that. Let's try this mirroring stuff. So let's do mirror. I'm clicking on these and they're not doing anything. Is it not live? Maybe it's something after the fact. So we'll go blob brush. Okay, and then let's select them and try mirror. Now can I continue?
Can't do that live.
Can I continue? I can't. Oh, it still does it live. Why did it do it live once and then not do it live again?
That's weird. Did you have your hand on it or anything like that?
I turned off the palm thing. Do I have to be on this layer? So there's a layer now that's called mirror repeat. Do I have to be on that with mirrors? Oh, I just mirrored it again. So it does it once. It doesn't do it a second time. So it only does it on the one right after. And then I guess you have to, oh, this is weird. So let's select all this, get rid of that. And delete. And let's try blob brush. And it zeroed out my fill color. Okay, so we've got that. We'll select that. And we will choose radial. So I can, let's zoom out here. So I can increase and decrease the number like that. And what does this do? That just moves the whole thing. What does this do? Oh, it closes it in or brings it apart. So that's pretty slick, but I should be able to do it live, right?
You'd think. Does the regular version of Illustrator have a mirror function? Because the thing I'm working on right now, that could really come in handy. I'm just doing half of it and then flipping it and then connecting the paths. But
I know that Photoshop just barely introduced the symmetry mirroring.
Yeah, because I can do the mirroring and the symmetry tool in Clip Studio.
Yeah,
but.
And then the second one doesn't do it. That is so weird. So I have to have it. That is silly. I agree. Gary says it's silly. Kayla's saying that she remembers watching them demo this at Adobe Max last year. I watched them demo the Photoshop one, And then they promised that it would come out a full version that doesn't miss anything. And I can't remember when their promise was, but it was that year, whatever that was, 2018 or 2019 or something. They still don't have a full version of Photoshop. But I could have sworn the mirror function worked differently in the demo, but it could have just been because they were demoing and wanted it to look easier. I didn't watch it live. Also, it could be that I haven't looked at any. I wanted to test out like the UI and to see if it's really intuitive or not. Gary's saying there's got to be a way to toggle it so that it's on until you deactivate it. I would agree. But like the thing that I don't like about this is they're trying to dumb it down to make it really simple. And in doing so, it's taking away all the controls. Like simple controls like, let me have a line to something on this panel, but I don't have a line to anything. I just have distribute or align, but it doesn't tell me what it's aligning to. I assume it's selection at this point. Yeah, I wonder, Gary, you've got to be right. I wonder if I hit like grid or radial. Now I'm flipping the flip thing. I wonder if there's something in this menu down at the bottom that pops up. But that just looks like the selection menu. That just looks like, oh, okay. So there's a stroke width that can change in the selection menu. That's cool. Layer order, change to drag stacking order. Okay. And then that's going to move it. That's going to lock it. Now that it's locked, you don't have anything anymore. Unlock that. And give me that again. This is going to duplicate it. But I don't see anything. Anyway, well, I'll have to investigate that. Anybody in the chat want me to try something specific? I'm going to try out some of these. I'm going to try out some of these shape builder tool things. I don't see. Do you see a shape builder anywhere? I don't see one that looks like a shape builder. What is that? Holy cow. Okay, there we go. Artboards. Okay, that's artboards. Images. That's the pencil tool, the blob brush. All right, let's zoom out here. Select all this jazz and delete. And then what if I double click there? Nope. There's got to be like a spot that I double click that will bring it to 100%. How about the corners? Double clicking the corners do anything? That's going to save it and bring me out of it. Isn't the icon with the slightly overlapped squares on the right? No, that looks like the layers panel to me. This is the Pathfinder. Yeah, these are path. Oh, and it's got shape builder right there. Okay, so they've combined the shape builder and the Pathfinder panel together. It looks like they eliminated a bunch of the Pathfinder stuff. So let's try. Good eye, Gary. Let's try this. Let's try. So we'll go. Let's make a little moon face here. And be a color. And don't have a stroke. Where's my no stroke? There we go. And duplicate and drag. And select both of those. And oh, that's cool. This is pretty slick. So in this menu, unlike the desktop version, it actually shows you a preview of what combine all or minus front or intersect or exclude overlap would do if you clicked it.
Oh, if you just roll over it, like, or
no, like you can see it right there in the panel.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
So yeah, if I click that, then it does it,
okay.
And it's telling me that I can click the shape builder tool and it would be better. Okay, which I agree with. So let's 2-finger tap there. And let's hit shape builder tool. And I'm going to hold this button. And does that delete it? No. Shape builder tool. Let's try that again. And if I draw through it, it combines it into a single shape. I'm going to add a stroke so that everybody can see what's going on. So be a stroke and be bigger. What just happened? Oh, shape builder tool. So come back and select and stroke larger. Okay, so let's, is it frozen? No, okay. So let's go 2 circles again. Let's add our stroke now. And then, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. Stroke, be bigger. There we go. Okay, so there's our stroke. I'm just going to color one of these a different color, and let's add some stuff here. All right. So, oops. Double tap. That's pretty cool. The 2-finger tap for undo is pretty slick. So, okay, so let's grab everything. I'm going to move let's move the nose right about there and make it smaller. Let's move this over. Okay, so if I come in here like this and I go shape builder tool, boom, and I hold this circle with my thumb while I draw with that, it combines it. I want it to delete it. So it deletes. Oh, that's weird. Because it's the other way in the desktop. So in the desktop, you hold Alt to delete. But in this, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so this, I'm going to click and drag without touching anything. It combines it. Okay, let's redo that. I'm going to touch this circle, and it combines it. Combine it. That's silly. So I don't know what the circle does. This circle seems to do nothing. But if you combine it and then swipe through it again, then it deletes it. So I guess the second time is the delete. I don't know, that's kind of strange. Let's zoom in here. Let's get out our pencil. I'm going to draw an eye. Yeah. Now can I clean this up a little bit? How annoying is that to clean up? That's not bad. All right. Properties panel. Let's throw that to the outside. Well, let's just zoom out here and select everything, and then shape builder tool again. Click to delete. Yeah, that's not bad. And then we'll throw all of that to the inside. Boop, 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 boop. Where's the inside button? Inside straddle. You gotta have some better corners than that. Yeah, so the shape builder tool is not bad. And look at this. Up at the top, it says shape builder, and it has a button for done. I don't know why they haven't done that with the mirroring stuff. Victor's asking, can you use keyboard shortcuts with a Bluetooth keyboard?
That's what I was wondering. Like, if you want to send to back or bring to front, and you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I would hope so, because that would be pretty slick. I think let's try a couple. I'm going to make a couple objects here, and let's see if like send to back will work here. So do that. Make it color. I hate that. Now here's the thing. Can I? Yeah, I can do HSB. Okay, so that's good. And I've got my libraries, and I've got my color books. What is a color book? Oh, okay. So Pantone and Toyo and True Match and stuff. Cool. Okay, now that I can do HSB, I'm happy. Things that don't let me mix in HSB annoy me to no end. All right, so let's do that and change that to be something like that. Okay, so now if I have, oops. Boy, that 2-finger tap for undo is slick. So let's grab this guy and stacking order.
Oh.
So that's your That's your forward and back
That's
on your
cool.
layers panel. Let's see if it's live as we do it. Stacking order. It doesn't show it. Somehow it's in the back, but not changing the order in my layers panel.
Huh.
Oh, it after you click away from it, it does.
Okay.
So drag to change stacking order, and then I have to click out of that, and then it commits the change. So that's pretty slick. Transparency slider. It'd be nice to have the blending option there, but I think the blending option I saw. Yeah, so the blending options are there. So that's multiply blend. So that's in your properties panel. So anyway, yeah, I think that stacking slider is pretty dope. Man, that's a good one. That's a game changer. The annoying thing about this is I'm gonna have to change my entire class now. I'm gonna have to rewrite my entire curriculum. This is so frustrating. Some of this is pretty cool. Let's see. Let's try the eraser. Okay, so eraser tool. Can I just bite into that? Yeah. Okay. And pressure dynamics. Let's go size all the way up. Yeah, so it works just like the same. Just like the blob brush, I can come in and basically I'm just drawing. It doesn't seem to have the same level of size. I don't understand what they're saying with roundness angle. But on the desktop version of this menu, where you're going in on the blob brush or the eraser tool, you have the roundness, but then you have an upper and lower limit. And basically saying when you press a little bit, what size do you want it to be, and when you press a lot. Okay, now James is saying now simplify that line. So I'm assuming, let me add a stroke to this. Let's do some stuff. Let's make this more visible. So I'm going to bring my opacity up, and I'm going to take overlay off. And I'm going to drop my stroke down. Okay, now simplify that line. Where would I do that, James? Let's see. Is there a way to simplify this line? Smart guy. Man, it is not forgiving on clicking on icons. You have to hit it exactly. It's like it's precision. Second to last button on the right navigation. Oh, okay. Under path. So do I have to have that selected and then click path? Okay. So cut path, convert to corner, curve to corner, or simplify path. So let's click on simplify path. It's just a single click of a button. Is there no... It's just simplifying it, but I want a menu. I want some sliders. I want to be able to do coarse and fine adjustments on that. James, you gotta come on, man. Talk me through this. Yeah, there's not a slider. I know I did it like 3 or 4 times in a row, but I want to be able to. Sorry, I'm talking to the chat. James is saying do it again. And I did it like 3 or 4 times in a row, but that just continues to simplify it over and over again. What I want to be able to do is have a slider, because you've got the, now I'm going to forget. Smooth and accurate. What is that called? There's a name for that they call in the desktop stuff. I should be able to have a slider. I hate not having a slider. That's annoying. Let's see what else we've got. Smart delete everything. Okay. Simplify path. Convert to curve. So that took every anchor point that was a corner and added handlebars and converted it to a curve. Convert to corner, which does the same in the reverse. And cut path, which I assume, let's test that assumption. Yep. So that everywhere that there was an anchor point, it broke up that path. Well, that's a pretty handy menu, but and you can join. You can join as well. That's cool. So if I were to, let's get rid of this and delete. So if I were to do pencil tool, go like that, and then take my anchor point tool, James Rognes has joined us. Hi, James.
How's it going?
James.
Okay, so you've played with this slightly longer than I have.
A whole 30 minutes.
There you go. I did it live on the air because I like to embarrass myself publicly. So what should I try here?
So I thought the simplifying path stuff was pretty cool because you can draw with the pencil and then you simplify it down. And then that little circle thing in the bottom left-hand corner, it gives you a lot more controls. Like you can grab an anchor point and then move it along the path, but not really change the path, and some other things like that.
So what do you mean? So if I hold this, or do I slide it?
So I think if you hold it and then select the anchor point and then move it.
Okay, so I hold it, then I select an anchor point.
Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, there you go.
Right now, it seems to be doing like a shift where it's locking it into a 45-degree drag.
Let me go back to the tutorial on my iPad.
Tutorials? Come on, man. No, that's actually why you know more about this than I do. Just try dragging your fingers or the pencil. It might slide that way. Procreate does that on some tools. So Victor's saying, if I grab this and I just slide. Okay, so far that's working just like the other one. I wonder if if I do that and use my finger. No. So holding the circle doesn't do anything. Does moving the circle along it? No, that's not. So this can just be located anywhere?
Yeah, that's supposed to be like a second button.
Why aren't there 2 second buttons? Why don't I have an Alt and a Shift? Okay, so I can move it like that. I can hold this. Oh, okay, that's cool. So, yeah, so if I do this without touching that second button, it keeps the handlebars like that. Let's reforge those. But if I hold this, then it breaks them. So just like it does when you're doing that. But I'm interested in the thing that you're saying, James, where you can slide it along the path. 2 fingers? If I hold with 2 fingers, does that do something? That does nothing. Oh, but it does tell me what it's doing. Up at the top, it says constrained. Convert to curve. Now, what I want to know is, can I pull new handlebars out of there, or do I have to convert it to a corner and then convert to a curve? That's annoying. Where's the other handlebar? Oh, there's 2 anchor points there. Delete anchor point. And corner, curve. That's not too bad. That's kind of annoying. It's not too bad.
Okay, so what I saw, it was while you're drawing a new object with the pen tool and you use that little circle thing, you can go back to previous anchor points and move them.
Okay, so I'm going to draw an object with the pen tool. And then I can go back while I'm holding this. Okay, so that allows me to move that anchor point, and I can continue the path, but it's not like sliding along the path.
Yeah. Can you slide it, like just draw it, or take your pencil and then slide it along the path itself?
My pencil? The Apple Pencil or the Tool Pencil?
The Apple Pencil.
With the pen tool open?
Yeah.
It's not sliding along the path.
Oh, have that thing selected when you do it.
It's just
Nope,
moving
never
it like
mind.
the white arrow tool would.
Their tutorials are deceiving.
Well, that's shocking. Yeah, well, that's not bad. And once it's closed, it starts a new one. And then I can cut. Well, I don't know. Anybody else in the chat wanna see anything else? I can keep playing with this for a while. What I really should do is I should import a sketch and try to.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to be using it for.
So I remember last year at Adobe Max, they showed how to take a sketch and then it would build it for you. But so far, it doesn't look like that's one of the new options.
That'd have to be a pretty dang good sketch.
Yeah.
Let me switch over here and I'll bring everybody back. I'm gonna see if I can find a. Let me see if I can find a sketch or something. I might have one.
On the homepage, they have a upcoming features button, and they do say in there the sketch to vector is coming up.
Yeah, I got to see that.
That would be cool. Oh, okay. Let me find my sketchbook here because there's I can just take a picture right in the app. Kayla is asking if I have built a pattern, and I have not built a pattern yet. But I think, can it do that? Because that would be interesting.
So that goes to the from what I was watching, the what is it? The repeat on a grid. So you take one object and then it gives you some handles to then expand out that repetition, either horizontally or vertically, or both.
Oh, okay. Let me. Oh, that's weird. So I hit the camera button and it is going to put that inside of the shape I had selected.
Weird.
That's strange. All right. Well, let's. Here's this page I drew. Let's see what we got here. Get that guy. This is really hard to do while I'm tethered. All right. So there's that sketch. And let's see. Now, can I just ungroup this? Release clipping mask. There we go. Rotate. Now, if I hold this, does it? I want to be able to resize this with a pinch rather than a thing. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that later. I want to try the thing that James just said. So, if I go here like this and I make a little weird shape, here's my weird shape, and let's line some of that up so it looks somewhat intentional. Okay, and then where's this guy? Oh, over here. Okay, I've got to hit the whole shape and then hit grid. And then, yeah, so that can become a pattern. And then I can separate how far or how close they are. What is this one, though? Oh, where the pattern's located. That's cool. Now, the real question is, if I click away from this and then come back to it, I still have those controls. That's slick.
And then if you double click inside, I think you should be able to, select one, change the color or change whatever, and it'll apply it to the entire pattern.
Oh, cool.
And then those same controls basically then pop up when you do, like if you create another one and you do the radial, it'll use that object around a circle. And then the same thing goes for the mirror. And then if you're using your layers palette or window up at the top, you can go into the mirror mirrored version and then add more objects to it or move them around or anything like that.
Yeah. So we had a question earlier. I don't know if you were on yet or not. It seems like it will do that, but it's not persistent. Like if I start drawing with let's do blob brush here. So I'm going to draw out the blob brush tool. Blob brush. Whoa, because I had, interesting. So because I had that selected, what just happened? Why did it get rid of my pattern? It became part of the pattern.
Yeah, because you're in that layers.
Okay, so I've deselected that. I'm out of that pattern. And now blob brush should do something different. Okay, so we've got here, and I can select that, and then I can go here, and I can go radial or grid. And the next one that I draw, it does it as well. It did
So
it
I think
before.
you have to double tap inside of that object. Or like go inside, like you just selected that object and then.
Yeah. Why was I having so much problem with this before? See, the second time it doesn't do it. It deselects after each stroke that I do.
Yeah, mine was doing the same thing.
Okay, so that's not just me. All right, that's pretty cool. So delete. And then I can double click on this and it selects one thing. And if I edit that, it edits the whole pattern.
And if you double click on an anchor point, it'll convert it.
Oh, that's slick. Yeah, that's cool.
And then I think if you use your little second touch button and then grab one of the handles, it'll break it.
Right, yeah, I was seeing that before. So I can make it look really awful. That's one of the options. Okay, yeah, so double clicking just converts from corner to curve or curve to corner. That's cool. And if I single click, if I double click here, and then I can round that out.
And then I think if you use your little second button thing, that's a technical term, you can select more than one anchor point at a time.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to go back to that, select this one, hold it, and select that one. Yeah, and then I have two selected. Well, I got to say, I think Adobe did a lot better on the Illustrator than they did on Photoshop. This is pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool that I can, do some vector designs on my iPad.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to see what inking is like. We've got a couple questions about this guy. Let's see. Where'd those go? Who's the nerd in the glasses? Is that Eugene from the Grease movie? Sure. If I'm being honest, I think this is one of the people that founded Gorillas. I was flipping through some magazines doing a bunch of sketching at one point, and I think that's who this guy is. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to ink this. So if I hold the second button, hey, I can select multiple layers. Sweet. Give me that one too. Give me that one. I want it. Click the path. Do the thing. It's not doing it. And then the panel is over the top of that, so that's fine. Why won't it let me select this? I can't select this path. Is it like gone? That thing is invisible now. And I know there's an outline view. There's nothing. I have like a persistent layer that doesn't exist. This layer exists. This layer does not exist. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so let's put this right in the middle here. That's not working as smoothly as I would like. And I want to lock it. Can I not lock it? There we go. Okay, so that's locked. And let's go black. And let's try out our pencil tool real quick. James, if you see anything interesting, let me know if I should try something. I like that, but I want smoothing to be basically off. Let's do that again. Can I draw it with transparency? That would be cool. Anybody in the chat want me to do anything either? Oh, I can't rotate. Oh, that's annoying. I'm trying to, with 2 fingers, I'm trying to rotate the image like I can on my Cintiq in Photoshop. And it doesn't do it.
I remember when they made that update to the Photoshop version and they made a big deal out about it. So it'll probably happen on this one too.
Good. It'll happen way too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. I don't mind that. This is working okay.
My favorite part though is that simplify. So like right now you can simplify that entire object down and reduce the amount of anchor points.
Yeah, I saw that on the button down here at one point. There it is. Which one of these is it? That one?
Yep. And then I think the more you hit it, the more it simplifies it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the shape relatively stays somewhat similar.
Yeah. Let's see how bad the smoothing is. I'm just going to crank smoothing up to 10 and then ink his hair here. Oh yeah. I hate that. One thing about this, I really hate smoothing. I know a lot of people love it, but I want that shake in my line. I like the... Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's because smoothing is turned way up. I was all over the place with that line though. Let's do that again with smoothing. Let's just give it like a little bit of smoothing. Now it'll be interesting to see if it joins that existing shape. I hate this blue dot. I'm doing that blue dot for the video, but it definitely is in the way right now. So it closed the shape, but it didn't join it to the ear. So that's cool because in the desktop version, I can go in and I can choose that. I can choose that option. I'm going to get rid of that blue dot. That's got to go. Input. Show taps is blue dot. Get rid of that. Okay. Now let's do this. Now, do I have any? If I double tap, if I hold, there's nothing that brings up a menu that controls this. And the only option I've got down here is smoothing. I really wish fidelity is the word I was looking for before. Fidelity. Yeah, so Victor's right. I like having an organic look to my vectors. I don't know. I just feel like things that look too computery are boring, or they're super precise, which is great, but that's not.
Yeah, I use usually Illustrator when I want something to be super, accurate and precise, and same look. I mean, something like you're doing there. Well, of course, it wouldn't be vector, but I would just ink that in Clip Studio probably.
Yeah, for me, I typically would do this type of work in Photoshop, with the exception of if I don't like that. That jumped a lot. With the exception of where was I going with that? If I need it scalable, and so
yeah,
if it's got to be scalable, then I'll I still want it to look like all the raster stuff I've done. But yeah. What else did you see, James?
Well, in the upcoming features section, they said enhanced brush controls is coming up.
Oh,
Effects
good.
and appearance, improved precision. So whatever that means. Variable width strokes, which will be nice.
Oh, sweet.
And then that sketch to vector, which I'm pretty excited for personally.
Yeah, I'm always really hesitant about that, but yeah, sketch. I mean, if it's basically like a fancy live trace, I think somebody in the chat was saying that those usually look terrible. But I mean, eventually they've got to get that algorithm to a usable point, and it'll just be good. Yeah, this is not bad. I could use this for sure.
Oh, did you see? Sorry, switching gears. The in the Pathfinder, the minus tool. So,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming this is probably for the others, but you can double tap back after you minus it and adjust your subtraction.
Wait, say that again?
So, like if you create two objects and then you subtract one from the other, you can go back after you've done that and double tap and then adjust your subtraction. So, like let's say you had a star on top of a square, you can move the star after you've already done the subtraction in the Pathfinder.
Interesting.
And you can make
that's kind of like what they were trying to do with the shaper tool. They were pushing the shaper tool really hard for a while, and it never really worked that well for me. This is annoying. I want to get to that handlebar, and it's under the menu. And I can't move the menu. Do I zoom? It's like moving with it. The menu is making it impossible to grab this handlebar. So I have to turn it to a corner and then turn it back. Oh, that's ridiculous. They'll have to fix that. There it is again. It's stuck underneath the menu. You can add an anchor point. Hey, that's pretty intuitive. It's not bad. The pen tool just adds it. James, I just realized that you were saying something, and I think I completely got zoned out and forgot what you were saying. So you're saying if I have if I make a shape, that's not going to work. If I make a shape and I add an anchor point to it and I move this anchor point out, then I delete this anchor point?
No, so make another shape and put it on top.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Okay.
And then select both of those and go to your Pathfinder tool.
Okay.
And then after you've, I don't know, minused or done something, you should be able to double click back into it and adjust your objects. Maybe it was just a minus.
Okay, so let's do that. Go back. Nope, go forward. Okay, so I've got these two. Grab those and minus front. Oh, yeah, it's still there. So then I can click it and move. Oh, slick. That is cool.
Straight, yeah.
And then when you click away, it's gone. I mean, that's what the shaper tool always was trying to be. Yeah. That's pretty slick. I like that. And I can even edit the... So, I mean, this is sort of like the opacity mask inside of the transparency panel. Because you can kind of live edit what you're seeing and what you're showing. So if I did another one, yeah. So I'm inside of
That grouping.
that grouping, and I can just continue to add to that mask. That's interesting. Huh, that's kind of cool. And then does it show up in outlines? It does. So those show up in outlines. That's cool. Well, I just realized I've been doing this for 90 minutes. Does anybody else want to say anything else before we sign off here? I'm going to see if I can do one side of these glasses while we're waiting for that answer. But Scott, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, you kind of did most of the things that I want to do, at least, that I'll probably, anything else I'll probably, try to just use my desktop version, but the ability to import a sketch and then, basically trace it with the pen tool. I mean, that's a lot of what I use Illustrator for. So, I mean, that'll mean when I'm away from my computer, I mean, I've got a way to do that. So that'll open up, because anytime I go to my girlfriend's house and I bring my iPad, I'm always pre-planning what are some things that I can work on there that don't require, Illustrator. But now I don't have to worry about that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think this will really help with portability of stuff. I did try for a long time to get the Affinity Designer going. I never really got it going like I wanted, because it does vector and stuff, but I'm just so much more used to Adobe products.
Yeah, and that's what I was concerned about, because I mean, obviously you just can't lay things out the same way you do on a desktop on an iPad with all the panels and all that kind of stuff. But it seems like the little searching, it seems like all the stuff's there and it's not too different.
Yeah, it's not bad. I wouldn't mind this. Now the real thing is, do the libraries and the transferring between the iPad and the PC, does that?
Oh yeah.
Because that's a nightmare. Every time I've tried to do that, it's
really?
just a disaster.
Oh yeah, I forgot all my issues, because the extent of what I'm doing is I basically, when I draw a sketch in like a sketchbook, and then I'll just save it to my library, and then I'll just email it to myself, because any other way, I've tried to transfer videos and they've never been able to transfer, and just, it does become difficult. So I assume if I can save it as just save it as an AI file, then I should be able to email that file to,
Yeah, well, what I'm thinking is, if you have the Adobe account, Adobe is a lot better than Apple at file sharing, and so you should be able to save it to your account and then open it on your desktop.
I've never done that. I usually keep everything on I usually don't save things to the cloud, but maybe I should start.
Yeah, because what I typically do is I'm illustrating on the iPad in Autodesk Sketchbook, and then I upload the PSD to Google Drive and then download it from Google Drive to my PC, because that iPad and the PC just don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
But if you could bypass all those extra steps with the Adobe Cloud, that'd be pretty slick. Though I think they charge you for extra storage space or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was awesome. James Rognan, where can we find your stuff online?
Just search my name. It's a pretty unique name, so you can find me on Instagram and other things like that. So
and you're doing the Rognan Project on Instagram, which is kind of an interesting thing. Give us like a 20-second rundown of that.
Yeah, it's just basically an account of me and my wife. We're documenting kind of our travels, getting debt free, and then I've been working on health and other things, just getting closer to our family. So that's kind of a personal, just kind of side project that we've had fun with.
Awesome. And Scott, where can we find your stuff?
You can find my stuff at circworks.com, and I don't know if it's still up, because it's supposed that the sale on design cuts, all my products on design cuts, It's supposed to expire tomorrow, but since it's UK, I don't know if it's still up. So if you haven't got it, there may still be a chance that they're on sale. I'm not sure. And if you're watching this after the fact, then probably not. but it'll still be there. It just won't be on sale probably. So
yeah. So you'll make more money off of it. So then maybe they should wait.
Well, hopefully we'll see. We'll see if it. I just have a feeling that once the sale's gone, it's going to drop off that front page. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It might. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully. Did that? I mean, you don't have to give actual numbers, but did that sell close to what you're expecting, or more, or less, or?
I really don't know. I'm kind of
because they don't report until after.
Yeah,
the month,
it's
right?
on. I mean, it's been on the front page, and also some of my other products. You know, there was a day where I had 3 products on the front page, and then some of them. But like I know the comic toolkit. That was also in a bundle at the same time. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to figure out. I'll kind of have to wait and see. But the one thing is, of the exclusive products that launched, I think there were 5 exclusive products. I think there were 5, maybe more. I don't know. Whatever. Mine was probably the least selling, but I think that's just because it's such a niche.
Right.
And most people on Design Cuts aren't looking for comic book stuff. But you know, but anyway, it's
yeah. Well, I hope they just went gangbusters for you. And
yeah, I hope so too.
Continues to go.
Yeah, because I spent a good 3 months on it almost. So
yeah. Well, I mean, at the very least, seems like it did draw some attention to your other stuff as well, which has been doing well. So you can find my stuff at corykerr.com, CORYKERR.com. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and you are on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, do all the YouTube stuff, like the like button and the bell and the sharing it with people. And Frank is wondering if the Manga Maker toolkit, had that launched? Because that was the Japanese version.
Yeah, that one. There was a while where they ran a promotion on it on the Japanese version on the Japanese site, and it did all right. But all in all, that one, the amount of work that went into it, and most of it wasn't me. A lot of the translation and stuff was Josh's wife helping me out with that. And it's just it didn't sell to expectations, or it didn't continue to sell. If it would have continued to sell like it did when they ran the promotion, it would have been good. But so
right.
I don't know, we'll see.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll see everybody in a couple of days. Go make stuff.